One of the most popular questions I get asked is what products I use to grow my natural hair and to care for my natural hair. But this time, it's not about me, but it's about you. What kind of products can you use for your particular hair type that will make your hair to grow? So this is the part 2 in the series Know Your Natural Hair series, where we're going to be talking about what products and ingredients that will help your particular exact hair type. So if you don't know your particular hair type, you can make reference to the part 1 video of this series. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. My name is Okeke Mary. We grow on this channel, so if you want to grow with us, hit the subscribe button and the bell so that you don't miss out on any of the growth tips or the growth series. And if you're not new, hey you, welcome back to the channel. So for low porosity fine type of hair, now fine texture of hair, there's one thing that I want you to note about fine texture of hair is the handling. Because your hair is fine, it tends to be a bit more fragile than the coarse texture of hair, so you have to be careful when you are handling your hair. If you like to fight war with your hair, as if I don't even know, because the way some people handle their hair is very rough. You're a soft babe, we're trying to be soft babes here, so be soft and be gentle with your hair. Both coarse hair too, you need to be gentle with your hair, but you see, if you have fine textured hair, you have to be even more gentle with your hair. Then one thing you need to note for all natural hair types is your conditioners or any products you're buying, water has to be the first ingredient. Then one thing you also need to know about ingredient list for the standard, because I don't know whether everybody's following the standard, these people that they call Nigerians, but the standard normally is the first ingredient, like it's normally arranged in descending order. If water is the first ingredient on the list, it means that the product is made up of mostly water. Then if egg is the last ingredient, that means egg is very small in the mixture. Then low porosity coarse texture of hair basically requires the same ingredients, but one thing you need to know about low porosity hair is you have to use lighter consistency of products. It's possible, safe. I don't mean you should pour water into the product, don't, because this thing will spoil or you will be using expired products. But like, tend to, like, I call it dilute. It's not really, the essence is not to dilute the product, the essence is to make the consistency lighter. But if you can get products that are not so thick normally, that would be very good for your hair. And if you have a steam cap, or you can just cover your hair normally anytime you apply a conditioner, a deep conditioner, or a hair mask, you have to cover your hair. If you're making any hair mask, if you're making DIY deep conditioners, they have to be on the lighter side so that they'll be able to penetrate your scalp. And then the products, when I say you can add water to them, maybe you pour out your product into a cup or spray bottle, mix it with warm water, because the warm water can also help you to open up your hair cuticles. Then for high porosity hair, HP fine textured hair, now this one is a bit tricky too. Your products, there are some products that are just in between. I've used really light products, my hair does not like really light products at all. Then there are products that the consistency is just okay, it's not very light, it's not very thick. If you have high porosity fine textured hair, in the comments let us know suggestions of products that you have tried and is okay for your hair. Then high porosity coarse textured hair, so your hair is coarse, it tends to be wiry, and hair strand is thick, and you have high porosity hair that has a lot of gaps, so you have to look for very thick products, like really thick products. They easily enter, no, high porosity hair, the products will penetrate your hair. You need that moisture, you need that penetration and that strength, so you have to go for thicker products so that it can easily fill up the gap and do the goodies that it's supposed to do in your hair. My medium porosity girlies, remember, we're not having a beef, but you guys are mostly good to go when it comes to all this type of things. But medium porosity, you still have to take note of fine or coarse. If you have medium porosity hair and you have fine hair. You know, you have to be gentler with your hair, and depending on how fine, you know, I explained all these spectrum things in the last video, but depending on if your hair is fine or if your hair is coarse, you would now know like what products to use. Now you know the products and the ingredients that you should look out for your particular hair type. You have to know how to care for your particular hair type and how to use those products. And then the first thing is hit the subscribe button. Yes baby, because we'll be sharing tips on how to care for your natural hair on this channel. So if you have not subscribed, subscribe, hit the bell so that you don't miss out on those notifications. But now, on a serious note, most importantly, what we'll talk about now is like things to avoid for your particular hair type. So low porosity hair, generally you should avoid using products that have petroleum jelly in them, because they may go and clog your pores, causing you product buildup. Use heat to apply some of your products. I don't, when I say heat, I don't mean like hair dryer. Please, it's not hair dryer I'm talking about. I already told you, steam cap or cover your hair. Anytime you apply any mask, deep conditioner or whatever, you cover your hair. Then use clarifying products more, because low porosity hair tends to product buildup. You see it on the products. If you read the labels on products, you will see it. Like the XHT tea tree conditioner I love so much. It's a moisturizing conditioner and it moisturizes, you guys. So when you are looking for products, especially shampoo is what we're talking about here, clarifying. When you read the bottle, they should write it clarifying shampoo. They even have clarifying conditioners too, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and I think it's VO5, is it VZ5? It's a very common conditioner, especially here in Nigeria, and they have a very wide variety of like products and flavors. Not stripping products, so because you should avoid sulfates, laurate, lauryl sulfates in your products. Is highly stripping. I'm going to put the pronunciation because I think I'm pronouncing rubbish here. Then very, very importantly, avoid excessive proteins. Now some people will be surprised, like protein. If you look at your ingredients when you're buying products, you would know that they are protein ingredients. Sometimes you see egg powder. I think that should be mega growth strengthening and restoring deep conditioner. That conditioner, if you have low porosity hair, you guys be careful the way you use it. Strengthening, they wrote it there. Strengthening means that it has what? Protein. So you should avoid using strengthening products or products that have protein, or DIYs that have protein or that are protein like cloves. You should avoid using them excessively, because your hair is, the reason is like why high porosity hair likes protein, because we have so much holes in our hair. That's why products easily enter and products easily leave. So those proteins help to seal up those holes, but your holes are already basically closed. So if you seal it up, it will dry up. Like you seal up all the holes, there's no way for water or any products to enter, so it will dry up and it will break, to cut. For high porosity, I've already kind of mentioned them while talking about low porosity, but let's get into it. We love thick products, so look out for thick products. Avoid harsh cleansers. You see that those clarifying shampoos that I talked about for low porosity, it's not like you can't use them, but if you're somebody that washes your hair every weekend, that's 4 times a month, maybe use clarifying shampoo once a month or twice a month, depending on maybe if you use excessive styling products and butters and all that all the time. Then the other thing that you need to know, you know, why we're talking about avoiding, we're talking about the do's as well. We love protein treatments. We love it. We can test protein treatments very well, but always listen to your hair, because each hair is different. My own high porosity will be different from your own high porosity hair, and I didn't mention it in the other video, but dyeing your hair can make you have high porosity hair, and those people that dye their hair are higher in porosity than us that have naturally occurring high porosity hair. They need more protein than me, that my own is naturally occurring high porosity hair. Then moisture. We have to also moisturize our hair often because our hair dries out fast, dries out easily, and dries out quicker than low porosity hair. So we have to strike a balance between protein and moisture treatment. Like I gave the example of somebody that is washing their hair 4 times a month. Maybe the first week you use protein, the second week you use moisture, just like balance it off. But I also saw something somewhere that after protein treatment you should follow up with a moisture treatment immediately. I haven't tried that, but if you have, you let me know in the comment section below what you think about that. And high porosity hair, remember our hair tends to tangle a lot, so keep your hair stretched and happy most of the time. It must not be heat. Remember I said it must not be like external heat dryers, because our hair that dries normally on its own quickly, you can imagine one using hair dryer. I remember that painful experience I had. It's terrible using dryers on your hair, especially for me. I don't know about low porosity people, but for me, when I use high dryer on my hair as someone that has high porosity hair, it was painful. It's not something I would recommend. So now that you know the products and how to care for your hair and what to avoid in your natural hair growth journey, you also have to know that you have to create a routine and time for your hair of when you should do these things for your different hair types. You need to have time created for your hair. So if you would like to know what a typical natural hair growth routine, wash day routine should be like, that would be the third part of this series. We'll be going over everything, how to create your natural hair routine, even if you are a lazy natural, if you're very busy, if you like DIYs, anyone that will work for you, that will make your hair grow. Basically, that's what we're covering in the next part of this series. And with that, thank you for watching this video. Like, subscribe, join the family, like if you know you learned something new, and then I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye.